What's up, guys? Mark Richmond here with Divi Dojo, and today I'm talking about SEO. Its benefits. Do you need to even know it? You're a web designer, that's what you concentrate on. And I say yes, it can't hurt you. I get a lot of clients asking if I do SEO on a monthly basis or a weekly basis for people. And I generally like to stay in the realm of I'll make a starter pack for you. I'll get you on the ground and running, but I haven't moved into the world of ongoing SEO work for a client, but it's booming business. It's continually growing and becoming more and more important, and it kind of branches out into several areas. So maybe this video can do the same into several different elements. One being making these videos such as this can help your SEO. Especially if you link back to your website and make a blog post of this video, which I'm also starting to do, going back, making blog posts of all my videos. Not that I have that many yet, but eventually there'll be a lot. But the SEO in general, you want to start with tagging, titling, labeling, everything involving your post, whether it's a page or a blog post. You want it all to flow using the same phrasing, keyword phrases, and not just a keyword itself, but actually a full sentence. The Google engine has a way of actually what do I call it, like, I don't want to say computerizing, oh my god, calculating in its little engine recognizable phrases. So you could have 10 different phrases that all kind of lead to the same thing. Like, I do web design, I design web pages, I do mock-ups to create a whatever. Like, those 3 sentences right there all can compile into the Google engine, and it will relate that better in a result based on whatever that person on the other side is searching for. If you're concentrating on local business, it's good to drop in your area. Like, I happen to be in St. Petersburg, Florida, so I can drop that little phrasing in there, or maybe parts of my notes, maybe parts of that. Parts of the St. Petersburg area, so that I cover all the bases if I'm going for a local business. Now, I get a lot of national business or international business, so I don't concentrate quite as much with that. But the cool thing about Google, when somebody's searching, and most people are like searching from their tablet or their phone, it's going to localize them. It's going to know what area they're in when they're searching. So the first results it's going to grab is the area that they're in. So it helps. It's more relevant. Like, if I'm searching for a web designer, why would I want somebody? Well, I guess web design doesn't matter because it's online, but let's just say donut shop. If I'm searching for a donut shop, why would I want results from New York or San Francisco? Unless they do international shipping or national shipping. But web designer, donut shop, I want to drive out the door. I want to leave out the door and drive to that donut shop. So I want local area results, and it'll auto do that. So keep that in mind. But I'm going to share tips with Yoast. That's the program that I use to help with SEO. It's not the end-all be-all, but it gives you a nice checklist on how to set your story, your page, your blog post, format it in such a way that benefits the most with Google, and they update all the time, so that kind of helps you, even though you should always study what Google's doing now or what's the best SEO things to do. But overall, just being very real about it. Natural phrases. Don't overload it with full of keywords that have nothing to do with your story. If it doesn't make a proper sentence, and it's just making illegitimate sentences or weird phrases, Google engine will pick up on that and not give you as much relevancy to what the client is looking for. And yeah, we're in the world of web design, so you're competing with all the other people putting web design in there, and that's where a niche could come in place, where you could decide, hey, you know what, I specialize in the sports fishing industry. Like, there's a lot of fishing here in St. Petersburg, and in fact my family does a lot of it too. So there's a little element that maybe I could concentrate on if I wanted to get better SEO in the area, and maybe focus on more charter boats and fishing supplies. There's tons of bait shops and suppliers out here, and you know, if I wanted to concentrate on that, I could probably focus on that and get lots of business in that area. And old school word of mouth can take over after that, especially in your localized area. But let's delve into Yoast a little bit, and we'll take it from there. Alright, so I'm hopping into the back end of my website and my posts. And I'm going to pick just one random post, one of the more recent ones I've done. I'm just going to click edit so we can take a look at how I've structured it for SEO. Just enough. I'm not going into advanced SEO or anything like that at the moment, but just enough so I get my green light from Yoast, and I go down the checklist of what it recommends, and I'm sure I can go back in and go even older posts and add more to it, make it even better. So it's a combination of finding that happy medium. Like, you want your SEO to be good, and actually right now I'm in the orange, so let's find out why and what's going on. But so my focus key phrase, it's telling me, and well, let's just go down the list of Yoast first of all. Yoast is a plugin that you can download. It's free, and then they have a premium version. I am not sponsored by Yoast for this. I'm just doing this as my 30-second/30-minute Thursday. But this helps me feel better about my posts getting a little more SEO benefit than, you know, I'm just the generalist. I'm more focused on design and layout and user experience, and I will dabble just enough into SEO. But you know, if you start to do too much, well, if you put too much focus into the SEO part, you're not going to have as much focus into design. And you kind of want to find out, like, where do you want to be? Do you want to be an SEO specialist? Well, you're probably not going to be a design specialist. You can't put all, you know, you can do a few things part of the time, or fewer things more parts of the time. I'm saying that really bad, but that's kind of how it works. It's like if I'm at 100%, all my time is dedicated to design, or I'm not doing any SEO, right? So a little bit of time, I'd say 10% I'm putting into SEO, 90% into design. But you know, it filters out from there. And so for SEO, yeah, I'm probably at 10 to 15% of my time goes into that. And then I offer that to my clients as part of the structure that'll help them get off the ground with their initial design. But after that, I can refer them to SEO specialists that will spend weekly, 50%, 80% of the time that they do SEO, and they can study it more. I'm just getting the surface level out of the way. And so what Yoast, once you install it, this will appear either at the top or below your post. And I really don't know why at random. Different clients, it pops in at the bottom. Different clients pops in at the top. Maybe it's a toggle in the settings. I don't know. I haven't looked into that. But anyway, that's it. You're going to see it at the top, and sometimes it's condensed like you see here. but you'll see the Yoast SEO. Just open that little toggle and you will have a snippet preview. It'll show you right at the top what a Google result would look like if you left it the way it is right now. Readability analysis lets you know how is your copy compared to, it's almost like you don't want to word things too difficult to cater to the masses. You want to simplify it. So right now, the copy in my score is 83.4% in the test, which is considered easy to read. Great job. I could probably work on that even more if I wanted to, but that's kind of where I'm leaving it. And sentence lengths, I'm a little bit wordy. That's what it's letting me know here. So that's kind of the way I talk. So it's good to know, and maybe I'll go in there and shorten up my sentences. But for now, I'm happy with the way that is. The focus key phrase is an important element to what the search engine's looking for. And this helps you design. This helps you structure that key phrase to work the best for you. And again, Yoast isn't the end all be all with this, but it gives you a brilliant checklist that I don't keep all this stuff in mind. I really rely on kind of fulfilling that checklist. And what you see here is that you see green lights, you see orange lights, and you see red lights in the program. And so what you want is green lights. What you want on this little SEO OK is a green light. I don't have any internal links in mind. I'm getting a red light for that. So yeah, linking helps you. Having other sites out there talking about you and linking back to your page is huge. Like, that's great. That's one of the top things. Like, you can't manage that other than you could share your article with other bloggers out there or other sites that would be willing to maybe put that article into their site and then link back to your page. That's huge. Key phrasing in the introduction, I can go in and fix that. Key phrasing, or it's synonyms. Synonyms help greatly in search results now. So it used to just look for strict keywords, but now anything that relates to that keyword is good for your SEO. So I need to go back in and kind of fix up my article and put that in the first paragraph so that it's clear immediately. And if I was to preview that article right now, let's see if it's clear right off the bat. And sometimes it just wants you to clarify a little bit more as to what that is. So it's telling me that it's not super clear at the first paragraph. And I think what I'm noticing here, and it's pretty clear, when to say no to a client is right there in my title. And then when to say no to a client, you will come across this once in a while until you've experienced. So what I've noticed with what Yoast looks for, it looks for things like I'm circling up at the very top above the picture. Or even if in Divi you can put a header where the text is over the picture in the top, and in this case I've got the header above my picture, but it's got some cool little features where you can have a blog header and it'll pull in your featured image in the background, and then your text goes over that. I've noticed Yoast doesn't read that as your first paragraph. It jumps on down to the next line, and then it thinks none of your information is in the first paragraph. So at least that's what my experience with Divi is. And so this could be the search engine's picking up on this up here, tips when to say nope to a client, words by Mark Richmond, the date, and then it's reading all of this. What Yoast is not reading is what's above up here. It's not reading any of this. It's kind of skipping down to this part, thinking this is the first paragraph down here. But this actually is being read in a combination. Key phrase density. My key phrase was found 2 times, but I do have synonyms in there. I do have a lot of relevant phrasing in here that's going to help my SEO. And image alt attributes, I'm guilty. I need to put my image alt attributes, even though I pretty much only have this video and then my featured image. So to put the alt tags in this featured image, because I have it I don't even have any images in here. I have the image right here, and it doesn't allow me for alt tags. But what you can do is go into the media. Let me right click the media library, and this is Divi, but this is also WordPress. And oh gosh, which one am I using? Let's just say I'm using this one. That's my Twitter one. Let's just say I'm using this one, but here's my alt text right here. So what I could put in, there we go. I put my alt text right here. I say how to say, or when to say nope. When to say nope to a client by Divi Dojo. Alright, I'm going to put that in as alt text, and then description. I'm just going to leave it as the alt text. So I don't want the description. Actually, I'm not captioning it. So I'll leave it at that. You can put a description in there too if you want to. But there we go. So my alt tag is in there. There it is, saving it. But this is my Twitter one. So it's not actually in this article that I'm working on. Jumping back to the article. So that's why I'm getting that message there. Now everything else is green light. So if I was to add some links in here, like if I was to say add to my article, hey, you know, if you want to find out how to get a client, before you can even say nope to a client, you have to get a client. Well, I could link to another article on where to find clients. And I have a link out. I have a link to my YouTube channel in this bottom part, so that satisfied outbound links. Good job. But internal links, I can go and add right now. Internal link such as, let me see a post. Come on, post. Oh, I have to click out of this, don't I? So I'm clicking into my posts. Let's take this time. And I'm going to add another link down here for articles on how to find clients. Let's see what we have here. Advertise. That might just be my YouTube video. So let's find something that's in here. Tooltips, mega bin, customize. I'm just gonna pick one. All right, so building a mega menu. Put something that's relevant. I'm gonna copy that link and put it in here just to satisfy that, so I can show you that. I'm gonna delete it or not save it, but go back to my article, and I'm going to add another link after this one. Click on that one. There we go. And I'm just going to add this link. What was that? Okay. Let's just say customize your Divi. Okay. There it is. I'm just going to add this really quick so you can see the little yellow light change to a green light. There I've added my internal link. It recognizes that. And then let's go back up here to see what we've got after. Let me update. I think I need to update for it to read that. Okay, so my SEO turned green for good. And there, one less red bulb. Internal links right here. You have enough internal links. There's one. So that's not hard. It's kind of a lame internal link regarding to this article, so I probably wouldn't recommend that part. But you'll see right there, okay, I got my green status. I'm gonna hit update. And there's like one piece to what Yoast does. And this is the free version. So next, updated that. I'm gonna wait till this update fulfills. Come on. So yeah, I could work on my key phrase density and make all green lights. That's the kind of 10 to 15 minutes I'm talking about. That will greatly help your SEO. Now, the next step, and this I get a lot of clients asking for, is, hey, when somebody shares my post, my picture doesn't show up, or my featured article doesn't show up. And there's several reasons for that, but one of the main reasons is the image isn't sized right, and then two, it's not put in the right place. If you don't have a featured image, or you don't have the right featured image as your featured image, and it's not sized for Facebook, it's going to skip that. It's not going to put that picture in. It's going to look for another one in your article that would be the right fit. And right now, what I do for my main featured images, I do a 1920 by 1200 or so image, so it looks nice and clear when you're on larger screens. This is nice and clear. That's like super large, so it'd be like around this size. And what Yoast does, when you click on this little dot social tab, it gives you the option to put in a Facebook description and picture, and it says 1200 by 630. I generally stick with 1200 by 629 because I've actually had 630 exact and the picture doesn't show up still, but 629 I've had it show up every time. I don't know why, if like somewhere in translation it adds a pixel or takes away a pixel, and when it adds a pixel 631 for God knows what reason, it won't show it. So I go 629, 1200 by 629 for a Facebook picture, the exact same picture, although this will give you the option to add some text in there if you want to. And then same with Twitter, where Twitter limits you on your description. You may want to do a shorter description, a different image that stands out more because your picture size is different. It's 1024 by 512, and I do stick with that for Twitter, and it fits every time really nice. And so if somebody shares your article to Twitter, shares your article to Facebook, this is huge right here because it will put that picture in every time, filling the screen, where normally it wouldn't if you're just using your featured image, and who knows what size featured image you're using, and it definitely wouldn't be doing my 1920 by 1200 featured images in there. So this is what I love almost the most about Yoast. What I love most about Yoast is this part right here, the little social media, and I have happy clients that their picture shows up every time when people share their articles. And there's a lot of clients now that they live on Facebook just like everybody else. They want to see their picture pop up like they see others popping up in that social share. So there you have it. And then this part here, the advanced part, I generally don't touch this, but sometimes you'll get pages or posts that your client doesn't want to have show up out there by the search engines. Here's where you can turn it off. Should search engines follow this link? Boop, nope, and you're ready to go. But I do want this to be followed, so I'm keeping it yes. So there we go. And then it's got the premium option here where you can add related key phrases. And that way you can branch this out to all kinds of key phrasing, and the search engine will see them. And then, but you have to have premium to do that one, and I can get into that another time. But that will get you going with some basic SEO using the free version of Yoast, and it will enhance. You'll get more people coming to your posts than you will your homepage from search engine results in these pages. And I just want to say one other thing with regards to SEO benefits. The more niche you can get your post, the better. Like, don't just do a blanket web design. You could do web design St. Petersburg, and that's a post. I'm in St. Petersburg, so I'm putting that. You don't have to do that. But web design where you're from. Web design, oftentimes there's like little neighborhoods within the city. So, like in St. Petersburg, we've got St. Pete Beach, we've got Pasadena, we've got Pinellas, we've got Bay Point, we've got all kinds of areas. Downtown. So you can make a different post on each one, and that's still a relevant niche post on its own that you're not duplicating, because if you duplicate, you're going to have, it's going to deter search engine results. It's going to put you lower on the list if you have a lot of duplicating. So you don't want to repeat the same thing, but you can do get your website Pasadena, St. Petersburg. Get your website, I'm phrasing it wrong, but essentially, web designer, charter fishing, St. Petersburg. Web designer, auto shops in St. Petersburg. Two different things going on there. Very niche. Both of those will get their own results from the people that are searching based on Google's own calculations. Okay, so that about wraps it up. Thank you for watching. If you like this, subscribe, please, and click the little bell